धातु अवशेषों को एकत्र करके स्तूप बनाने हेतु कुशीनगर लाया गया। मौर्य सम्राट अशोक ने अपनी धर्म यात्रा के दौरान कुशीनगर विशाल प्रतिमा बनवाई और संभवतः इसके पीछे बने मुख्य स्तूप का जीर्णोद्धार भी कराया। कहा जाता है कि चीनी तीर्थयात्री वेन्सांग ने अशोक द्वारा निर्मित 3 स्तूप एवं 2 स्तंभ देखे। वेन्सांग के बाद एक अन्य चीनी यात्री इत्सिंग ने भी कुशीनगर की यात्रा की।
The Mahaparinirvana Sutra unfolds. Buddha himself told his disciples to visit 4 sacred places: the place of his birth, Lumbini, and the place of his enlightenment, Bodh Gaya, the place where he gave his first sermon and thus turned the wheel of law, Dharma Chakra Pravartan, Sarnath, and Kushinagar, the place where the great pacifier, the great teacher attained Mahaparinirvana. In his 80th year, Buddha proceeded towards Kushinagar from Vaishali. Wherein full moon night of month of Vaishak, he attained Mahaparinirvana. The Mallas of Kushinagar made all preparations for a befitting funeral, and the relics of the body were then collected and taken ceremoniously to Kushinagar with a view to enshrine them as stupas. Mauryan Emperor Ashok visited Kushinagar in his Dhammayatra, the pilgrimage, and erected stupa and some buildings over there. In the reign of Gupta king Kumar Gupta, a Buddhist pilgrim Fayan from China visited Kushinagar. A devout Buddhist, Haribal, donated the colossal image of reclining Buddha and possibly restored or renovated the main stupa behind it. It is said that the Chinese pilgrim Rensang in 7th century CE had seen 3 stupas and 2 pillars ascribed to the Emperor Ashok. After Rensang, another Chinese pilgrim Itzing also visited Kushinagar. Kushinagar is known of its cultural heritage all over the world. No doubt, the sanctity and importance grew considerably. The monumental buildings like stupas, temples, and monasteries must therefore have been erected by the devotees. The archaeological remains of Kushinagar were described first time by Buchanan in 1854. Sir Alexander Cunningham in 1861-62 placed its identification on solid grounds. The systematic excavations were undertaken by Archaeological Survey of India under the guidance of A.C.L. Carlyle in 1876-77, J.P.H. Vogel in 1904, and Hiranand Shastri in 1910 CE. As a result of all these excavations, numerous brick buildings and structures, including Nirvana Temple, Main Stoop, Matha Kuvar Shrine, Ramabhar Stoop, monasteries and cluster of votive stoops were brought into light. The Nirvana Temple. The Nirvana Temple has a beautiful image of reclining Buddha. The ruins of the temple and the reclining statue of Buddha were discovered by A.C.L. Carlyle in 1876 CE. The statue of Buddha is 6.1 meters in length and is carved out of single block of sandstone. The image is placed on a pedestal of large bricks. It represents the Buddha reclining on his right side with his face turned towards the west. 3 human figures are shown on the big pedestal with mourning and grief. The figure to the extreme left represents a female in mourning with disheveled long hair and crouching forward in grief with her hands resting on the ground. The soft charm and subtleness can be seen on Buddha's face. An inscription of 5th century CE recovered from the site mentions that the statue was a religious gift of Haribhai. The main stupa. It was also excavated by Carlyle in 1876 CE. It stands on a plinth of about 2.75 meters in height. In 1910, this stupa was further examined by dragging a vertical shaft at the center from the top. The operation revealed the filling of some carved bricks at the top and a copper coin of King Jayagupta, below which there was a small circular brick chamber containing a copper vessel and copper plate. Another vessel was also found containing some silver coins of Kumar Gupta. The Matha Kumar Shrine. The shrine, along with the sandstone image of Buddha, was also exposed by Carlyle in 1876 CE. The statue measures 3.05 meters in height and represents Buddha in Bhumi Sparsha Mudra, the earth-touching posture, which symbolically expresses the supreme moment in Buddha's life, the enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. The existing shrine was built in the year 1927 to shelter the statue. The Ramabhag Stupa. It is probably associated with the spot where Buddha was cremated. It is also known as Bandhan Chaitya. The excavation of the stupa was conducted by Hiranand Shastri in the year 1910 CE. The diameter of the stupa at the base is 47.24 meters. The stupa is made up of bricks laid on mud mortar. The subsidiary structures, including votive stupas and minor shrines, excavated here suggest the religious sanctity of the stupa. Numerous brick structures were discovered during excavation, clustering round the great central monuments and representing monasteries and secondary stupas and shrines.